Hey everyone, Mike from MT Aviation Photo and Film here, along with my good friend Sean from LEP Aviation. Today we are making this guide that will talk about plane spotting at Willow Run and some of the locations. If at any point in this video you only want to see a certain location, the locations that coincide with the spots labeled on this map are broken down in the description and the time link can be clicked on to take you to just that portion of the video. Willow Run, YIP, is kind of one of the lesser known airports of Michigan. It is located just 6 miles west of Detroit Metro DTW. In the 40s, Willow was known for its 65-acre Ford bomber plant which produced the B-24 Liberator. After the war, the airport had passenger airline service up until about 1966 when commercial flights moved to Detroit. This, however, made room for the cargo companies such as Zantop, whose large-scale freight operation was based at Willow. Although some of the cargo airlines are not around anymore, the airport is still primarily used for cargo and some corporate flights. Spotting at Willow does have some major drawbacks. Runways 23/5, which are mainly used, are centered in the airport. Even with a large lens, there are no spots to get any type of touchdown shot in most situations. Besides the fact that a lot of shots will be very far away, another huge disadvantage is the traffic itself. As none of these flights in or out of Willow are on a real schedule, during peaks of slow adult cargo, there could be weeks at a time where no interesting aircraft fly. Also, with these flights being at the mercy of the cargo, a plane may file a flight plan, but then be delayed a few hours after its scheduled departure time, still waiting on cargo to show up. So even with all these negatives, what is it that people love about this airport?
So as we mentioned before, there is a huge cargo presence here at Willow Run. This definitely gives spotters a great chance to catch a lot of older aircraft that you normally wouldn't see elsewhere. For example, in addition to the corporate aircraft based here at Willow Run, the airport is also home to Ameristar, USA Jet, and Kalitta charters. Ameristar has a small fleet of DC-9s and 737-200s. USA Jet operates a fleet of DC-9s, MD-80s, 727s, and Falcon 20s. And Kalitta Charters offers 727s and 737 Classics for spotters to see. It definitely makes the airport a great spot for the louder and older generation aircraft lovers. And besides Kalitta Charters, Kalitta Air has their headquarters here at Willow Run, so occasionally we'll see a 767, a 777, or even a 747 that may drop in on a delivery flight or even to clear customs. The airport is also a stop on the way to or from Canada for many cargo carriers, so you may also see airlines such as IFL Group with their 727s, Convairs, and CRJs, or even Aeronaves TSM with their fleet of DC-9s, MD-80s, and CRJs. They always come through to clear customs as well. Besides the awesome old jets, the Yankee Air Museum also calls Willow Run home. And besides the static displays that can be seen all around the airport, the Yankee Air Museum also houses a DC-3, a B-25, a B-17, and a Huey, and all of them you can see flying around the airport during the summer months.
Another great advantage to Willow Run is its laid-back style and friendly people. In most situations, you can walk up and take pictures through or over some of the fences around the airport and not be bothered by the police or airport security. We will talk about some of these shorter fences as we break down some of these spots. Now we will start talking about some of the few alright spotting locations at Willow Run. We have picked out 5 locations shown on this map that we will be covering. In some spots, we have broken down which section of the fence is tall with a red line and which sections are short with a green line. We would also like to disclose that in some of the video footage we are showing, we are using a truck with a ladder to clear the fence. Although most people will not have this set up to obtain these results, in some of the spots with the higher fence, a short 3-step ladder should be sufficient to be able to photograph over the shorter fences.
So along Ecorse Road runs a service drive. This spot is definitely ideal for approach shots when runway 23 is in use and departure shots when runway 5 is in use. And the road allows you to be on either side of the runway depending on the lighting, which is great. Closer to Denton Road is better for later in the day departures. However, if you go too far, the trees will start to obstruct. And some cons about this spot: the power lines will obstruct a head-on shot, and there's also a lot of road noise if you're taking a video, as well as the occasional person honking to say hi.
Spot number 2. At the end of the hangars on the east ramp, there is a parking lot with a short fence. From here, aircraft on Ameristar's ramp can be photographed, as well as aircraft clearing customs. Aircraft beginning their takeoff rolls down 5 left can also be photographed. Yankee uses the hangar's base on the other end, so bombers will end up taxiing out and may be photographed when runway 5 is in use.
So there is a large gravel lot off of Tyler Road where the old hangar used to be. This spot is definitely ideal when runway 5 is in use, and it offers great approach shots and offers departure shots when runway 23 is being used. However, the aircraft might be a little high if they're using 23. There is a gravel hill that will get you about level with the fence line, so it is possible to catch 5 right arrivals as well as 2-3 left departures that roll long or climb slow. One con with this spot, however, is that it will become backlit later in the day. You can walk or drive through the gravel lot towards Kalitta's buildings, which will allow you to take pictures through the fence of any aircraft on the Kalitta ramp. And as you get closer, the fence will become short where it makes a 90-degree turn, which will allow you to take pictures of Kalitta's planes above the fence line and from a different angle.
Spot number 4. Along Tyler Road, the fence is short and the road sits high. There is a small pull-off by a gate where you can sit. When runway 5 is in use, aircraft taxiing from the west ramp can be photographed when they taxi down hotel, as well as aircraft taxiing to the west ramp after landing on 23 left. The photo shown was taken from the bed of my pickup truck with a 55 to 250mm lens. Photos and videos of aircraft departing are very far away and will be extremely heat hazed in the summer. Due to the distance, it is also very hard to pick up engine noises during the video.
So if you take A Street all the way to the end, you will end up in a gravel lot near Yankees B52 and some corporate jets owned by the A&P school. The spot is okay for 2-3 left and 2-7 arrivals, but it will become backlit later in the day and it is kind of a far shot. Videos will also be partially obstructed by trees and also the B52's tail. And unlike the spot on the Ecorse service drive, this spot is very secluded, so you won't have any car noise or people honking as a result of that. Also further down from the spot is Avfly West and USA Jet, and the fence along the entire ramp is pretty short, so photos can be taken over it with minimal effort. And you can also drive down C Street, D Street, you can go to the parking lot at Odyssey Aviation, F Street, or Tyler Road, and you can take pictures of corporate aircraft or the charters at the FBO. You can also take pictures of USA Jet's fleet and any cargo carriers that fly in and are not based at Willow Run.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to both our channels if you are a new viewer. If you found this at all helpful, please let us know in the comments below. If this type of video gets a big enough following, there's a good chance that we will make this type of guide for some of the other airports, popular or unknown, throughout Michigan.